I'm Dr. Deb Butler, and you are listening to Thinner Peace and Menopause and Beyond. This is episode number 474. Hello, all my dear friends all over the world. I can hardly believe I'm saying this is episode number 474. Forgive me if I say that a lot these days, but I remember when I started this podcast 7 years ago, 8 years ago. I don't even remember how long it's been. And I remember when I was doing my very first podcast, and I was wondering if anybody would relate to what I was talking about and if I could help anybody, if anybody was like me, because I was going through menopause, I couldn't lose weight, and I had just become a coach as from being a chiropractor for 35 years. And I was kind of following my passion to do coaching and to help people with their brains, and found out because I was so much into nutrition and a chiropractor and health that how I could help people the most would have to do something with their bodies and their health. But what I didn't want to do is to tell people what to eat. I've been doing that for 35 years, telling them what supplements and all great stuff and helpful. But I was more interested in what was getting in the way of them doing what I told them to do. That really interested me at that part in my life, mainly because I was having a brain problem and I needed coaching. And when I got the coaching that I needed, and my first coach asked me, "Why do I eat when I'm not hungry?" changed everything for me. And I want that to be for you too. And after 474 episodes, if this is your first time, welcome. If you've been here for all 474 episodes, thank you. I hope that it's been of benefit to you. And if you've never done a course with me or never worked with me individually, then you may really like what I'm offering, because I'm offering a free masterclass on May 8th. This is coming out on May 7th. So there's still one class available on May 8th at 2 o'clock Central. And I'm going to be talking about a menopause mindful eating makeover. And it's everything I've been talking about over the years, but it's really helping you connect into the way your brain works, what your brain tells you when you put something in your mouth. Because a lot of you, including myself, I was working more on what I was putting in my mouth than what was going on in my brain that was making me put things in my mouth. And once I figured that out, that's what I want to help you with the very, very most. And that's why this is a mindful eating makeover, especially if you're in menopause. So that being said, I want to talk to you a little bit about my group that I was working with today. So I have a Thinner Peace and Menopause group that I do. It's a 12-week course, and I do it 2 times, 3 times a year. And this is the first time that I actually offered an extra 3 months of support after the first 3 months. And I'm so glad I did it, because it's very interesting what happens to the brain. I had a lot of people, they were starting to lose weight. They were doing all the tools that I gave them, and they were really following the process that I taught. And now that we're into the 3 months after the process, after the program ended, now this is 3 months of support where we just get to look at what pops up when I'm not there all the time. And this accountability thing, like a lot of people like to hire me so that they can be accountable to me. And somehow it seems to help them when they think somebody else out there can help them. And I think in the beginning, I think that's why I do it. I want to be of service, and I want to help people see their minds more clearly, appreciate themselves more than they ever have before, but also be very mindful about the thoughts that get in their way, the thoughts that make them eat when they're not hungry, the thoughts that make them grab food when they're not hungry, when they're feeling some other kind of emotion, and really bringing it to the forefront, because that's really what I do. And with this support group that I've been working with now, we're on our 4th week of support after the first 3 months. And one of my clients came up with the idea. She's very happy with her weight loss. She's very strategic. And she was sending me her food journals. She was just doing everything I told her to do. 4 weeks later, what's happening with her is she's not doing everything that she was doing in the first 12 weeks. It's just not uncommon. And what we uncovered in this support session was that the number on the scale was actually tricking her in to veering away from the tools that got her to where she wanted to go. Happens all the time. And that's why I wanted to do this. So the thought that she actually was thinking, and I want you to think about this too, is that she was getting on the scale and the scale was staying the same over these last 3 to 4 weeks. She had lost a lot of weight and now it was staying the same. And the thought that she was using was that you're okay, it's okay, which was actually making her feel kind of complacent. And what she ended up doing was that she wasn't planning her meals as much. She wasn't journaling as much. She wasn't doing anything as much. And that came from the thought that she was just telling herself that, well, it's okay. And you're not gaining weight. So it's almost like she was telling herself, you can go ahead and do what you're doing because you're not gaining weight, even though what she really wants is to lose more weight. That's really what she wants. She doesn't want to stay the same. She wants to lose weight, but she's tricking herself into telling herself, well, it's okay. It's okay. You haven't gained any weight. I call it a real tricky mind. And I want you to be aware of your tricky mind when it tells you things that you think it's making sense, right? Like she thought, well, she was being nice to herself. Well, it's okay. And almost surprised that she could not do everything that she was doing and not gain weight. So it's like we all do that when it comes to when we're using food for anything else other than fuel. We mess around with it and we start messing around with it in our own brains, right? We tell ourselves things that really aren't helpful. And I'm not going to say that they're good or bad because we were talking about this. She says, well, I don't want to tell myself I'm being bad. I said, no, you just want to tell yourself you're not being helpful. It's not helping you because it's not what you want. You don't want to stay the same. Now, sometimes the scale will be the same, and you might have a thought like, I need to investigate as to what's going on. Like maybe you don't know what's going on and you really need to look into it. But for her, she was kind of telling herself, she was giving herself a feeling of complacency because it was okay that she wasn't gaining weight. And the result of that is that she stayed the same. It kept things the same because she was telling herself it was okay. So when we were trying to rethink what she wanted to think, you really have to be careful because what she was thinking for the first 3 months was, I'm going to do whatever it takes. This is working. I'm going to keep it up. And so all of those thoughts give you results of making it work, keeping it up. It's all the scales going down. Those thoughts will create those results. But when you say it's okay and I'm not gaining weight, the result will be it will stay the same and you won't gain weight, which is exactly what happened. And she wants to lose weight. So if this is making sense to you, I want you to know that when I do this master class and we talk about the mind-body connection and we talk about how we take care of ourselves, it's also leading into the new course that I'll be opening up that I've done before called Peace with Food. It's back and it's going to be better than ever because I want to help people understand that in order to have peace with food, in order to have peace in the mind-body connection, you also have to have peace with the scale. And you have to realize when your brain is playing tricks on you and it sounds good. Because that's the thing with our thoughts is some of the things that we think are so tricky, we believe them. And it gives us these results that we don't want and we don't know what's happening. And the only reason we don't know what's happening is because we don't really realize what we're thinking, which is my job, is to show you what you're thinking. And that's exactly what I showed her today, is what she was thinking, and to be able to do it in this kind, compassionate way, right? You can't get mad at yourself. You can't say, oh my God, I can't believe you're doing that again. It's like, I am so glad I am doing this so I can figure out where my mind goes, right? When the program, the main program ends and the support begins, the brain just starts playing tricks. It's playing tricks all the time anyway. And you have to be onto yourself. A good coach can help you and also help appreciate all the things that you've done for yourself, because she got herself here, which is amazing. And that's what I said to her. And to be very proud of herself, but also to be very grateful that she's showing up on these calls after the fact, right? She could not come. She could say, okay, I've had enough. I'm doing great. But she's showing up because she still wants what she wants, and she's really working on helping herself get it. She is her own cheerleader, and she is on her side. And that is what I want for you too. So if you've never done a course with me, ever, or maybe you have, but you've never really joined a formal course, then this is a great opportunity to find if what I do can help you and if this is the right time for you. And I'll tell you what, there is no better time, because this is what's going on right now. And now is a great time. So if you're ready to do a mindful eating makeover in your menopause, all you have to do is go to drdebbutler.com/makeover. And when I'm talking about makeover, I don't want to make you over into somebody new. I want to help make you over into who you already are and how you came here to be. I just want to make you more of yourself. You know, a lot of people say, especially in menopause, I've lost myself. And it's because of the disconnect. And the more connected you are and listen to your body, listen to when it's hungry, listen to when it's tired, listen to when it's in pain, listen to when it has emotions going on, and being able to feel those emotions and let those emotions lead you in a direction that you need to go, you can make over a lot. You will become more of who you already are and who you came here to be. It's not somebody new. All right. If that sounds good, please, please, please check it out. And also, I would never end this podcast without saying to you that no matter where you go or who you're with, especially when you're with yourself, please, please, please be very, very kind to yourself. And I'll see you next week. Bye bye.